Hello, everyone. How is everybody doing? Let's get this Friday started, y'all. Woo, thank God it's Friday, so let's get it started. As you come in, please hit the thumbs up button, please, and thank you. Hello, Lorcy Jones. Hello, Sylvia. And as you come in, be courteous. Say hi. If you're in the bushes, say hi. Um, we're gonna have a good time tonight. Hello, K Cloud 43. Hello. We're gonna have a good time tonight, guys. I got some good Black history for us tonight because y'all know I like doing my Black history facts. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna be making sure we get the word out. Tomorrow is Melody's TikTok live. She got a lot of new products and even one inspired by Boss Baby. So we're gonna be talking about that. We're gonna talk about Rashida and also Rashida and Yandy. These two women are acting like children, and they both are, boss women in their own right. They talking about somebody got a BBL, somebody breath stank. What are we doing here, ladies? Y'all in y'all 40s. Y'all got grown kids. If y'all don't want to be friends, just leave it be. What's the problem? These, I just don't get down like this right here. And then they get here on this internet. I don't do internet beef with nobody and argue with people and stuff like that. I got integrity and morals and respect for myself. I don't do that. So we're gonna talk about them. Also, they said that the case is closed. That's what I've been hearing about T Hood and Rashida's son Kai. The case has been closed. They trying to say it's self-defense, allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only. What else we're gonna be talking about? We're gonna talk about Kelly Farrell. Y'all know she opened up her new Nana's and Chicken. What is it? Nana's Chicken. So we're gonna look at that. She opened that up. So shout out to Kelly. From the show, it looked like it wasn't gonna never get open, but she did a ribbon cutting ceremony and everything for her new Nana's Chicken. So we're going to take a look at that. Also, what else we're going to be talking about? Y'all, do y'all know a lot of men are saying that, they settle for their wife? They really don't want to be with their wife, and that if they had, better opportunity or could leave, they would leave. So you just imagine you got some man laying next to you at night and he really don't want to be there, but he ain't got nowhere else to go. And you got a lot of them saying they wish they didn't get married. And vice versa, we got women saying that too. We had a woman come on the internet who was crying that said she had dreams, aspirations, and things like that to travel the world and stuff, and now she just feel like she just a wife, and then she got kids. She said that's not what she hoped for her life. And some women are saying she shouldn't have came on the internet crying and stuff. She should have talked to her husband first. Now, one thing she did say, she said she got a good husband. He takes good care of her and everything. She said, but she said this is not it. Let me know what y'all think about that. Some people are saying they don't want to be married. They don't want to be tied down like that. But the world has you believing that that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get married, have kids, little white picket fence and everything. And if you're not married or don't have kids, society thinks something wrong with you. People go around asking, can you have kids? Just because I don't have no kids don't mean I can't have kids, but that's the world we live in. Okay? Some women just don't want it. And I think, that's okay. You're not a less of a woman because you don't have a husband and kids. People just like their peace, and that's okay. So we're gonna get into that as well. And also we're gonna get into our Black history. Y'all know what? As I start reading a lot more about Black history, I'm starting to think all these towns we live in are buried over maybe Black cemeteries or Black cities, and everything just buried over it. Just disregard for life and everything. Do y'all know the Bronx Zoo has a black cemetery under it? Didn't even move the bodies. The Bronx Zoo has a black graveyard under it. And we're going to talk about it, y'all. It's even cities that they didn't move anything. They just built on top of it. Because every time I go get deeper and deeper and look at different, looking for different black things that happen, towns just build right on over it. They don't care if there's black graves there or not. And just think about people that go to the Bronx Zoo, they walking on people's graves. Just think about that. Let that sink in. Yeah, let that sink in, y'all. It's a lot. It is a lot, And I just really start really getting into like our Black history and stuff and learning, different things about our ancestors. So it's really something. What else we're going to talk about? Now we're going to talk about anything else you want to talk about as well. All right, are we at the 10-minute mark? So let's get the housekeeping out the way. All things said are alleged and, in my very own opinion, it's for entertainment purposes only. I do not own the rights to any clips or any music that you may hear. Also, Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 is here on the screen. Fair use, fair use, fair use. All right, guys. We're almost at that 10-minute mark. And y'all know tonight is drinks in the chat, guys. Y'all know we have drinks in the chat. So I'm going to have maybe a little bit of gin and juice because I didn't get out to go get me no wine today. I don't know. I've been having migraine headaches for the last couple of days. So I didn't get out to get me no wine, but I'm going to drink me some gin and juice because I need a drink. As y'all know, I'm still having problems with my basement. As y'all know, we had about 14 or 15 inches of rain in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And the insurance companies are taking their time with trying to do different stuff. They moving at their own pace. So that's kind of a little stressful for me as well. So I don't know, probably that's why I've been, my migraine headaches usually come back when I get a little bit stressed. So maybe that's it. But that's either here or there, guys. On here, we're going to have this live tonight. Let me know if you guys are drinking in the chat tonight. Let me know. Let me know. And I also, guys, please make sure that you're watching the commercial because that helps me with my revenue. Okay? All right. And then also make sure you guys are following me on my other platforms. It's Drop the Tea, and that's on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Okay? And make sure you hit the like button as you come in. All right, guys, we're almost at our 10-minute mark. And as you come in, please introduce yourself. Say hi, I don't sleep with nobody or anything like that. Say hi when you come in. Thank you to my thank you, my tea sipper, for supporting my channel, Lorissa Jones. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys, we're almost at the 10-minute mark. All right, we are at the 10-minute mark. Welcome, everybody, and thank you so much for coming over to the live. So let's get started, guys, because I don't want to keep y'all on here long tonight. So let's see where we're going to start at here. Let me know in the chat, guys, if you guys are going to be going to be on the live with Melody tomorrow for her mega TikTok live. So she got some new soap, and the new soap looks really good. It's clear, and it looks like it got a lot of different what I want to say. They're like minerals in there. The soap looks nice. So we're going to take a look at that. I'm going to take a look at that. So give me just a second. So let's take a look at Melody, guys, with her TikTok live here. She's in LA. So let's take a look.
The two. Wait, you registered? Wait, because They got new tank tops. SAB got new tank tops coming. Girl, I gotta go because I gotta register right now. Get off my phone. Listen, I don't know if you've heard, but SAB is dropping new tank tops on August 23rd on our Mega Live. You heard me right. And we've only got a limited quantity. So if you know you want one, you better come on in. Don't meet me there, beat me there.
So she's showing you her growth oil that she has. So that's her live. Where's the other one at? So this is her new soap, guys. Look at her soap. That's the soap. The pink, the purple lavender body soap.
Miss Deborah, can you believe we back?
All right, y'all. So your girl has made it to LA. Yep, I'm
here. She's in LA, y'all.
Honey, time to get ready for this live. If you have not registered, you need to hurry up and go register because we're literally giving away $500 to one of our registrants tomorrow. Deals, giveaways, new product drops. We got like 15 new things coming to TikTok. It's about to be a whole back to school kind of vibe, okay? So make sure you register.
I like people barefaced. Okay, do we have one more? Okay. And then this is the new body butter inspired by Boss Baby. These two are inspired by Boss Baby. So she will be having those drop tomorrow. Okay, and you get $5 off of $35. Okay. All right, guys. So Melanie will be having her TikTok tomorrow live. Hello, Carolyn, my tea sipper. You drinking some Hennessy? You gonna go to the poll? Okay. All right, Carolyn. All right. Welcome, everyone. So I just tried to with Melanie. I try always to promote Melanie's TikTok live in case somebody that's dash in for a minute and they know that Melanie's having a mega TikTok live tomorrow. So I try to promote it every day, all the way up into the day. So I will be over there to support her live as well. I will be over there. Okay. All right, guys. Now let's look at Kelly. Kelly is doing big things out here, y'all. Kelly will be opening her new Nana's Chicken and Waffles tomorrow. I'm sorry, Kelly has opened her new Nana's Chicken and Waffles. So let's take a look at that. I'm happy for her because the way it looked it looked like she wasn't going to get it open. But let's take a look at Kelly, guys. She has opened her new location, and her husband is pissed. He pissed about that. He pissed about this, honey. He tried to take her down, and look what happened. So this is Kelly and her kids. She's opening her new Nana's Chicken and Waffle.
One, two, three.
Take some pieces really quick, and then we're gonna have everybody go.
So I'm happy for Kelly. Let me get that right here. Angela, Cynthia. Okay. Let me get that right here. Let's get one right here. Come on. Okay. I'm sorry.
Let me get that right here. Let's get one right here real quick. Right here, Wayne. I'm sorry. Let me get that right here. Let's get one right here real quick. Right here, Wayne.
I heard that Kelly and Porsha.
I'm sorry.
That's why Portia's not there. That's what I heard.
Let me get that right here. Let's get one right here real quick. Right here, Wayne. I'm sorry. Let me get that right here. Let's get one right here real quick. Right here, Wayne.
What else, Kelly?
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So the lady includes Pink Cole.
Let me get that right here. Let's get one right here real quick. Right here, I'm
So
sorry.
that is Pink Cole. So I
Let
guess
me get that right here. Let's get one right
the
here.
person that's going to be from Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I'm sorry.
What I'm thinking. So this is this her here?
Let me get that right here. Let's get one right
You
here.
know
Real
what's
quick.
up?
Right here.
So how are we feeling about wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. She agreed to who was it? Steve Savage? Okay, she agreed to Martell being dropped, and he did the same thing after court. So she agreed to Martell charges being dropped, and she did the same thing after court? What? Where did you hear that at, Steve? I didn't hear that. Hey, Sonya. So Melanie agreed to the DV being dropped off of it? Oh, I didn't know that. Wait a minute. You said she agreed to Martell charges being dropped, and he did same thing after court. Oh, hell no. Let me know where you heard that at, Steve. And welcome. Oh, hell no. Mm-mm. She said it on her live yesterday. Wow. See, that's why you can't give these ninjas inch. They'll take a mile. Uh-uh. You know, hey, she better than me. But I wouldn't agree to shit being dropped. No. Mm-mm. Oh, do what you, hell no. Mm-mm. I wonder what would she, well, thank you so much, Steve. That was the first of my hearing. I've never heard that she did that. But okay. Okay. All right. All right, y'all. And welcome over here to my live, guys. So how do y'all feel about Kelly opening up Nana's Chicken and Waffles? How do y'all feel about this? Let me know how y'all did. I think she looked it nice. Her and her kids looked it nice. I loved it that pantsuit she had on. That's I want to wear a white one like that to the Monica concert. That's going to be here in October. I'm looking for a white one like that to wear. Yep. So I love the outfit. Now I like how Kelly dressed, but some things just be too much. It just be too much for me. Now she can dress. Unlike Drew, Drew missed the mark every time. I don't know if Drew got a stylist or what, or is that just the way that Drew dressed? She always dressed off. It's like she always hitting the missing the target. It could be with the dress, the hair, everything. She missed the target for I don't know. I don't know what it is with Drew, guys. You said she tried to be nice. You said Melanie said she tried to be nice. Well, you know what? I don't. Mm-mm. When you be nice to these ninjas, they will keep on playing on your top. because I was even upset, upset this week when I was talking about they went to court and how did they drop the DV off of there. I was upset about that, but I didn't know that Melody agreed to the DV being dropped off. But hey, all right. Hello, Linda. Right, I didn't know that. Well, like I said, I'm gonna quit getting upset because other people ain't upset, so I'm gonna stop being upset. And then she dropped the DV off, and then he did the same thing after court. What type of look? These men ain't gonna change. We can say that okay, we don't want to do that because of our kids. They do shit and don't care about the kids. They do stuff and don't care about the kids. Game over with that. You do something to me, I don't care if we do that kids together. It's a wrap. I'm not. This is for me, but everybody else do their own thing. I'm talking about me personally, because everybody is critical thinkers over here, and I have a right to say my opinion. What I would have did that? Hell no, because I already know you're gonna keep on. You're gonna do some shit, and again, because you're gonna think that still got a soft spot for you. So you're gonna keep on doing shit, and that's why I won't do it. I wouldn't have did it because people think you got a fucking soft spot for them. They're gonna keep on playing on your fucking top. Like you just said, he did something after court. That's why I wouldn't have did it. Hey, Linda, sorry. You said you late. No, I was just looking at Steve. He said that Melanie said on her live yesterday that she agreed to drop the DV charges for Martell. And then after court, he did, let's see here. She agreed to She agreed to Martell being she agreed to Martell DV being dropped, and he did something after court. So she agreed to Martell charges, the DV charges being dropped, and he did something right after court. And Steve was saying that she talked about it yesterday on her live. And also she said that she was trying to be nice. You can't be nice to these ninjas, baby. They'll run all over you because they think that you got a soft spot for them, and they're going to keep on playing with you. No, he's not going to do the psych exam, I don't think, because he figured he can get away with whatever. And he's going to keep on doing what he want to do, like he's been doing, in my opinion. I don't think he's going to do the psych exam. He said, check the live out where is he was talking about Boss Baby products. Okay, Steve, thank you. I just couldn't have did it, but that's just me. But I'd have been through that before with somebody, and you try to be nice to them, and what happens is they think, oh, she still got a soft spot in her heart for me. I'm gonna continue on to do what I'm gonna do, and that's what they do. So I don't know what he did after court, but no. And then the same thing with Haley Bailey. She has a restraining order on DDG, and I hate when the court get involved with stuff. They making her talk to DDG about the baby. What? Look, why do I have to have contact with him? Ain't there a parent app that you can use for communication? But they're saying the judge said that she has to speak to him in regards to his son. Well, okay, it's speaking the same thing as texting, because I don't think I should be forced to talk to nobody that I don't want to talk to. But they said the court is making her talk to him about their child. And one thing my mom says, she's like, you better make sure the person you have a child by, they dealing with a full deck. Because some of these men ain't dealing with a full deck. They will make your life a living hell if y'all ain't together no more. And she ain't never lied about that. She ain't never lied. They will make your life a living hell. Now, she done moved on with her life with her, new man. Okay. Now, y'all know if you do try to just talk to them about the kids, y'all know that they do not do that. They want to talk about other shit that don't have nothing to do with the kid. Don't have nothing to do with the kid. And y'all know DDG gonna be talking some slick shit. So I don't even know why the judge is making her even talk to him. Just saying. And I don't think Martell gonna do that value. I don't think Martell's gonna do the the psych eval. I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna do it. Yes, Mel says she would address it in a live and the TikTok live. Yes, she's gonna have to do TikToks tomorrow. Yes. I like the soap that she has out. Y'all know I'm a soap girl. I love the soap. I have to use the soap. Then after I done scrub my body down maybe 2 or 3 times, then I will use the body wash. I just have to have the base of my body with soap. I don't know. It's just something with the body wash. I don't think my body is getting as clean as it should with the body wash. That's why I need the soap. And I think because I was raised up with the soap, that's probably all in my head. But that's just me. I love some good soap. And another place that has really good soap is Bath and Body Works. They have good soap too. Good smelling soap as well. And Melanie's going to have new tank tops tomorrow. She's going to have new body butter that's inspired by Boss Baby. For right now, I just see the one lavender body soap, but maybe she's going to have more. I think she said something about some new hair products that she might have tomorrow. So I'm thinking maybe she's going to have some new products for your hair. So we shall see, the things that she's going to have. Now the tank tops, summer is coming to an end, so I might still buy one, but we'll see. We'll see. We will see tomorrow if I'm gonna, buy one. Hello, Audrey. Hello, hello, hello. Y'all know tonight is drinks in the chat. Let me know what y'all drinking. Let me know what y'all drinking. Let me know what y'all drinking. And y'all, if y'all just came into the live, we just watched Kelly. She opened up her new Nana's Chicken and Waffles. And, we had everybody. It looked like she had a lot of support there, but the only person that was not there was Porsha because something is going on with her and Porsha. I guess they're having a, feuding. They're feuding back and forth. So I don't know what happened, but something is going on with Porsha and Kelly. Now, look. Now, if she would have got the old Porsha back in the day, that wouldn't have been good. But she got the new and improved Porsha, who really, she ain't going to jump on there over you, So, just saying. So, give me just a second here. Let me get this up here. Now, I think Claudia got some new little thing going on here where she's asking questions and stuff. I've never seen this. So I think it's safe to say that Claudia don't want to deal back with Funky Dineva. So I don't think that she going to do another show with him because it looks like she's going to be doing shows with Carlos King and she's going to be doing her own thing. I don't think she want to fool with Funky Dineva anymore, especially with this new shit he got going on with Tamar. I'm on the fence about this, guys. I am. But let's see what Claudia's saying here about Porsha.
Porsha Williams. Her ex, Simon, is in new legal trouble, this time with his own divorce attorney. Reports say his former lawyer filed a lien on his $7 million Georgia home. Erica, do you think Porsha will have to sell?
I don't think that this is a major cause for concern, but I do think that if I were in a situation like this, I would absolutely be trying to figure out how to ensure my future, my financial future. I don't know anything about this woman's pocketbooks or her dollars, okay? I'm not trying to say that. What I'm saying is someone who has gone through a divorce in the past, you're thinking about like, what are your next steps?
I think Porsha needs to get out of this house. I don't know how much money she's making in Housewives. I'm assuming a pretty penny for that. And she's done various specials. I mean, I'm not trying to count her money, but I'm sure she has some money in the bank. But a $7 million home, you're looking at $45,000 a month mortgage, give or take, then upkeep, then utilities. That house is probably costing like $60,000 a month. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no one trying to do all that. Absolutely not. Get out of the house, sell it. The loan can get satisfied. Y'all can both get your money. And consider it a win that you got the equity off a home like that for less than 2 years of marriage. That house is probably costing like $60,000 a month. Okay. Porsha Williams.
So do y'all agree that Porsha should just sell the house and cut her losses? Let me know if y'all agree with that. 18 likes, 17 in the chat. Thank you, Linda. So do y'all agree that Porsha should just sell that house and cut her losses? Just so she breaks even? What do y'all think? Let me know what y'all think in the chat. Okay, Audrey said, Mel said she tried to extend a little grace. She should know demon can't be reasonable with you. Have to keep your knee on their neck. You right about that, Audrey. That's why I said I wouldn't have did it. No, I wouldn't have did it. Fuck no. Excuse my French. No. Grace? He ain't been giving you no grace. No. You got to have security and everything. No. And then he get out of the courtroom yesterday and still act a damn fool. You get to agree to the DV being dropped, and then he get out and act a damn fool. See, that's how they still think they got power and control over you. That's just my personal opinion. They think you still got a soft spot for them. You still, and then they think there's a chance for them to get back together with you. That's what they think. It's a chance. That's all I'm saying. She said he did something after court. I don't think she said it. Stephen will argue. What did she say he did after court? What did he do after court, y'all? If y'all know, put it in the chat. But if I was Porsha, I would just break even with the house and go on about my business. Because let me tell you something. You got a lot of men out here who are jealous of women's success. They don't like to see a boss woman, a boss woman, don't need a man for nothing, that can make her own money and doing her own thing. They're gonna try to take you down. There's a lot of husbands out here who's jealous of their wives. There's a lot of women who boyfriend are jealous of them. There's a lot of that going around here. There's a lot. And that they can't stand to see you winning. And they will do anything to try to take your ass down. They'll do anything to try to take you down. You said the same thing? What do you mean by the same thing, Steve? They'll do anything to try to take you down. And a lot of men, if you're not with them, they don't want to see you doing good. That you think they want to see you doing good if you're not with them? So they can brag about it, if it wasn't been for them, you wouldn't have been able to do this or that. Do you think they want to see you doing good without them? No. So I'm assuming that maybe he was trying to harass her or trying to talk to her or something like that. But if you give them grace, they think they the doors are open for them now that they can, come on over. They can, if you drop this, well, I guess I can, we back cool now. That's all I'm saying. Might not be true, but hey. Yes, Linda, she should have kept that damn DV charge on him. That's what I'm saying. That's just my opinion. But hey, honey, my knee would stay on his motherfucking neck. All the shit you done took me through. But hey. If it's a lien on the house, you still can sell it. They just got to satisfy the lien. So when you sell the house, that lien gonna get paid off when you sell the house. So wherever you're selling it to, they're gonna cut a check for that lien. What did the ignorant Martell do after court too? They said the same thing, so I'm not sure what he did. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So Linda, you said I'm getting ready to lay a friend to rest next week due to DV from her ex-husband. Yes, y'all. We got, I was talking about that I think this week about you have to be careful when you break something off with your ex-husbands or boyfriends, some of them, act like they don't care. They, I don't care going on about your business. But some of them can't take it and they will hurt you. They're like, well, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. I've been seeing a lot of these on these YouTube streets. Because, when you look at YouTube, there's a lot of men that are taking women's lives for leaving them. And I just looked at one where he was in a two-way relationship. So he had a wife, but then he had a side piece. And the side piece and wife would always argue. And so what happened was the side piece said she had enough. She didn't want to deal with him no more or what have you. But she got on the internet and was talking about him like a dog, then started saying his wife was slow and everything like that. Do you know that man came over there, kicked her door in? He had a sawed-off pow-pow. Her mother and her brother was in the house. He pow-powed on her mother. She got out and went and called the police. The brother got out and he made her get on live and say that she was sorry and everything. Everything he was telling her to say, she said it on that live, right? Everything. Do you know while she was on live, he pow-powed her twice in the head and twice in the chest. Sure did. The police got there and, he was saying he wasn't going to come out. And finally he came out. And they was asking him, why did he do that? He said, because she kept on disrespecting his wife and his wife got, some mental problems going on and making his, she'll get upset and try to take herself out. So he wanted his side piece to stop talking about his wife, and she didn't. So he had to take her out because he said he's the protector of his wife. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. But you weren't concerned about her mental health when you had your side piece. But because the side piece decided to leave you and was talking about you and talking about your wife had mental problems, then that's when you want to be the protector and come over there and take her life. Yeah. And vice versa. Some of these men, they got balls. Woman went to work. She was a nurse. She worked at night shift. And the husband was messing around with a little young girl, was about 21 to 22, and the husband and wife was in their 50s. you know how you get that woman intuition, you won't come home early. So she came home early and caught her, the little girl and her husband in her bed. Effing. So she got her pistol and pow the girl. Sure did. And then the thing is, the girl that the little girl that she took out of here, her mama get on the news talking about she didn't have to do that to my baby. I had a good baby. And the mama knew that the girl was messing around with a married man. Instead of you checking your daughter, and I understand, that's your daughter, but you should tell your daughter right from wrong that she shouldn't have been messing with nobody who's old enough to be her damn daddy. And then you go here and get in this woman's bed and think it's funny. She out there working hard, and she come home, you in her bed, laid up with her husband. She took her out of here. Took her on out. Now, if you out there in the streets doing what you're doing, but you bringing somebody into my house, oh no. Mm-mm. But I do not promote violence on this channel. I do not promote violence. But yeah, that's what happened. So a lot of these women ain't playing, but and then the thing is, a lot of these women, when they do try to leave, the man, you be out there in the streets doing wrong, right? Messing around with all type of women, right? Then when the woman finally leave and say she didn't had enough, what's the problem? You wanted the streets. I gave you the streets. Now you can cheat in peace. Now you can be for the streets and without me involved, right? You can be for the streets without me in the picture. So why do you want to take the woman out, your wife out, or your girlfriend out who is giving you the streets? I don't understand that. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, guys. Why do these men do this? I don't understand. Because when you give somebody back to the streets of what you wanted, what is the problem? What is the problem? It makes no sense to me. Because if I was a woman out there in the streets, right, and I'm gonna keep on be out here in the streets doing my thing, I would have no problem with, okay, if somebody wanted to, break up with me because I know I'm doing wrong, right? So then if I'm out there, doing my thing, then I won't have to worry about it. Because if you wanted me, you would have did right. So evidently you don't want me, right? Just saying, y'all, just saying. And y'all, let me get off that subject for a minute. Y'all, what's up with our people coming to your church with a bonnet on and a robe and house shoes? Is this a trend or something? Now, I've seen people with pajamas on before, but now they didn't put the robe on. So let me know if this is a trend, guys, that people are coming out the house with their robe and pajamas on and a bonnet. And the lady here then went to court with her robe on, bonnet on, and house shoes. The judge and kicked her ass on out the court. Look at this. Look at this. She's on the Skype. You can't come to no court with this shit on. Now you should know better. I work from home, right? I have to keep my hair, at least down with no bonnet on there, and at least have on a decent shirt. Why can't you have on a decent shirt? Throw a wig on. Why would you go up there for court like that? Listen to this. Just listen to this, y'all. Judge kicks woman out of court hearing after showing up wearing a robe, then scratching her bob. That's not appropriate for court. Look at this.
So if you plead guilty in front of me, you plead guilty as charged. What I mean by that is if what you were looking to do is talk to someone about your case, maybe sort of get a better deal or some sort of offer, you can plead not guilty today. That does mean, ma'am, are you in a bathrobe with no clothes underneath, scratching your boob? That's not appropriate for court.
No.
Okay, we're gonna put you back in the waiting room. Go try again, you know, put on some other sort of outfit, and then we'll bring you back over and still try to get you done today, okay? But you are in court, all right? All right. I can't make plea deals with you. So if you plead guilty in front of me, you plead guilty as charged. What I mean by that is if what you were looking to do is talk to someone about your case, maybe sort of get a better deal or some sort of offer, you can plead not guilty today. That does mean, ma'am, are you in a bathrobe with no clothes underneath, scratching your boob? That's not appropriate for court.
No.
Okay, we're gonna put you back in the waiting room. Go try again, you know, put on some other sort of outfit, and then we'll bring you back over and still try to get you done today, okay? But you are in court, all right? All right. Can't make plea.
I can't. Y'all, what is going on here? Why would you show up to court with that on? The woman didn't have nothing underneath the robe, had a bonnet on. The judge can see you. She started scratching her boobs while he talking to her. What is wrong with these women? Do you know proper attire for court? Hello, Lily. Hello, Babs. Hello. Crime of Passion. I watched that. Crime of Passion, Babs. Yes, I watched that. No, she wasn't playing crazy. That's what these people do. I done seen people up in Walmart. They got robes. At first, they used to come in there with the pajamas on and a bonnet. Now they didn't. I guess the trend is now the robe. So they have a robe on, house shoes on, pajamas, and bonnets now. They didn't add the robe to it. That is so inappropriate to come out your house with a robe on, pajamas on, house shoes on, and a bonnet. People are coming up to their kids' school. They're taking their kids to school. They know they got to get out the car if you got smaller kids and take them up there. They getting out the car with robes and everything on, or they walking their kids to school with robes on. Y'all know this is not appropriate. This is not appropriate. It's not. I don't know. Why would you walk your kids to school with a robe on and house shoes and a bonnet? You can throw on a wig. You can throw a wig on, some shorts, and a t-shirt. Y'all let me know what's going on here. I don't know what's wrong with these women. I don't know. But I bet you if they got to go to the club, they clean as a pin. I bet you that. But you can't be decent going into your child's school. You can't be decent going in there. That makes no sense to me. I wouldn't dare go to my kid's school with no robe and pajamas on. What if they, just say, okay, I'm in the car. And they said, okay, well, can you come in for a second? I need to talk to you about such and such. How am I going into school with that on? I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with these women. Excuse me. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Have y'all seen people at your kids' school with bathrobes and things on, bringing their kids to school? And y'all, let's talk about Future here. Future said that he done with the dreads and stuff. He not dyeing his hair no more. What you see is what you get. Future is worried, guys, but he should be with all them damn kids he got. Future is worried, y'all. Look at all this gray hair. Future hair is gray, y'all. Look at this. Future said,
I can't go sleep.
Wearing his hair, he said he not putting no more dreads back in his hair. He not dyeing his hair no more. This is what it is. This is what you're getting from him now. This is what you're getting. So I guess he was letting you know that he was dyeing his hair before. He not dyeing it no more. He ain't putting no more dreads in it. He ain't doing nothing. This is his new look. Take it or leave it. What y'all think about Future new hair? What do y'all think about this? No. It's a no for me. Let me know what y'all think about Future new hair. Let me know what y'all think about it. Maybe all them kids he got. And y'all, let's pray for Lil Nas X, y'all. Let's pray for Lil Nas X, guys. Let's pray for him. Something is going on with Lil Nas X, guys. He was hospitalized, walking around with his tidy whities on in the middle of the street, guys. So let's pray for him. Lil Nas X allegedly hospitalized for apparently after bizarre LA incident and just underwear and cowboy boots. So maybe he was owed something. Just look at him, guys. Lil Nas X, I don't know. Maybe he even got hold of that.
My good side. Every
Lil
side.
Nas X got hold of that shit, y'all.
Yes.
Yeah, he on that shit. Allegedly.
John Bankhead taught me that one.
Woo! I didn't know men still wear tiny white clothes. I didn't know they still wear. Just saying.
It's gonna be a beautiful sunrise. Give me that phone so I can throw it. I want to throw it far away so you never see it again. I don't like phones. Don't miss the party tonight. Why are you still here? You need to be telling everybody about the party, girl. What's your problem? Pick it down, pick it down, pick it down. Oh, yes. No.
Do y'all think he owes
Hey,
y'all?
don't be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at. No, go ahead, babe. No. Go ahead, babe. No. Didn't I tell you to put the phone down? Uh-oh, somebody's gonna have to pay for that. Da. Hey, for everybody coming to the party.
Yeah, he got to be on that shit.
Yes, I am serving you.
Let me know what y'all
I
think.
am serving you, and you better be at that party tonight. Oh,
What do y'all think he owns something? Did he have to be hospitalized? They arrested him. So let me know if y'all think he owns something. Let me know what y'all think, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. And y'all, I do want to talk to y'all about this lady here. Y'all remember the lady from that was at Burger King working? And none of the employees showed up, and she worked that whole 12-hour shift by herself. Why they fire this lady, y'all? Why they fire this lady? Hello, Shar. Hello, Patricia. Bap, you said he owns something. Yeah, Lil Nas X. They say he lost a lot of promotional deals. He did something, but they had to hospitalize him. You think he's trolling? They have to take him to the hospital. Hello, Shar, Patricia. He was hospitalized, and then I think he went to jail too because they said he charged at the police. Y'all let me know. Oh, guys, y'all remember that lady who worked that whole 12-hour shift at Burger King by herself and she went viral? Now, this woman worked a whole 12-hour shift by herself. She was late for work because of daycare and they fired her. That's why I tell you, these jobs don't got love for nobody, baby. Nobody. These jobs ain't got love for nobody. They don't got love for you. You work your ass off. A total 12-hour shift by yourself, working drive-through and people coming into the store. And this is what they do to you. Look at this lady. Mother of 3 who went viral for running a Burger King shift alone, reportedly fired from job. Look at this.
They fired me because I've been late because of my kids, bro. My kids come first. And now when y'all gonna watch my kids? Y'all don't pay for no babysitter, no nothing. But it's cool that everybody talking about because I bought jewelry and shit with my money. That shit came from Shein. I'm not buying no real jewelry when I got bills and shit. What y'all mad? Y'all had PPP loans and did nothing with y'all money? The fuck? I'm already aggravated. I'm pissed. I'm already depressed. I'm going through this mental shit and motherfucking fucking with me. Just leave me alone, bro. This shit aggravating at this point. I don't even care, bro. Y'all can have all this shit. I ain't want no fame, no money, no none of this shit. My mind is already fucked up. I'm trying to keep pushing for my kids. I cannot do this shit no more. I cannot. The devil been on my back bad. You know what? He got it. He won. The devil fucking won. I promise you he won. Y'all, he got it. He got it, y'all.
You don't never know what people are going through, y'all. You never know what people are going through.
But Evergreen fired me because I've been late because of my kids, bro. My kids come first. And now when y'all gonna watch my kids? Y'all don't pay for no babysitter, no nothing. But it's cool that everybody talking about because I bought jewelry and shit with my money. That shit came from Shein. I'm not buying no real jewelry when I got bills and shit. What y'all mad? Y'all had PPP loans and did nothing with y'all money? The fuck? I'm already aggravated. I'm pissed. I'm already depressed. I'm going through this mental shit and motherfucking fucking with me. Just leave me alone, bro. This shit aggravating at this point. I don't even care, bro. Y'all can have all this shit. I ain't want no fame, no money, no none of this shit. My mind is already fucked up. I'm trying to keep pushing for my kids. I cannot do this shit no more. I cannot. The devil been on my back bad. You know what? He got it. He won. The devil fucking won. I promise you he won. Y'all, he got it. He got it, y'all.
This is so sad. You never know about a person's mental health or what they're going through. You never know what they're going through in their life. You never know. You said they used that as an excuse to fire her. They were embarrassed because it went viral that she was working alone. Yeah, I believe that. I believe it. I'm praying for her. She said, but don't ever, my thing is don't ever let the devil think he done won. Nothing. Because as long as you got kids, you're going to keep on fighting. You're going to keep on fighting and pushing through whatever you got to push through. Because them 3 babies, you got to depend on her. So whatever you got to do, I understand she's upset right now. I'm praying for her and everything. But they said that she set up a GoFundMe, y'all. They set up a GoFundMe and she raised over $70,000 or $80,000 on there. So I'm glad of that, guys. They said she got a GoFundMe and she, got about 80,000 they said in there so far, and it's still getting money in there. So that should help her, get through whatever she get through. And they said that Burger King is mad at her or whatever about the GoFundMe too. How are you gonna be mad at me about a damn GoFundMe and y'all ass fired me? What the fuck? And this woman trying to, working a 12-hour shift with nobody, and y'all fire her for being late. Yes, Patricia T, that $80K will help her and her kids. They didn't say what city she's in, Bab. They didn't say which city she was in. But like I tell you, all of us is, maybe I'm not saying everybody, but people are dealing with shit behind the scene that people don't know about. And people sometimes, I know people probably feel like that sometimes, but you just got to keep pushing. Especially when you got kids out there depending on you, you got to keep pushing. Sometimes things get rough. But when you got some kids depending on you, you got to keep pushing through. You know, a lot of shit get rough. Get rough. And I understand that. Things get rough, but you cry and get everything out, and then you put your big girl panties on and keep it moving. You keep it moving. Maybe take you a couple of days off, if you want, and then you start looking for you another job. Okay, that's all you got to do. Start looking for another job, and then those GoFundMe's do help a lot of people. So now she got about 80K. She can relax for a minute. She can take her time off and just relax for a little bit. And they said people are still donating to the GoFundMe. Because these jobs, baby, they don't care nothing about you. And I let them know my kids come first. If the school called me about one of my kids, I'm punching the fuck out. Because if something happened to you, you just a number. You can be replaced. Because if one of their kids call about something going on with them, you best believe they're going to go see what's wrong with their kids. So what makes your kids so different from mine? Just because you're a supervisor or manager? No, ma'am. No. No. So I do what I got to do. Yeah, but she gonna be okay. You need sometimes you need that little break. And she don't know, that was a blessing in disguise. She got fired, and then she got to GoFundMe with 80K or 90K or whatever is in there now. And she can relax a little bit, get her kids, get her kids situated, and then take a breather for a moment, and then just start looking for her another job. Because she'll work. We see that right now. This woman worked the whole 12 hours by herself. So she ain't lazy. She'll work. So we know that. So we know that already. So what do y'all think? But you know what, y'all? This orange man is taking out a lot of services that people need to get help with different stuff, because she can call, what is it called? What is it called? Like if you got a complaint against your job, is it EOC? Equal Opportunity Employment, I think it is. It's something like that you can call. Hello, Lisa Foster, my tea sipper. Hello. You said, shoot, I need me a GoFundMe. She collected almost 80K. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, y'all. I do want to talk to y'all. What do y'all think about Yandy and Rashida feuding? Now, I will say this. Rashida is saying that that Yandy got stanky breath, and she said she got a funky BBL. Now, Yandy butt, she been had that butt. Yandy has been had that butt. So Yandy been had that butt. So I don't know why she's saying Yandy got a BBL. I've always known Yandy from even when she was on there with when she first started loving hip hop with Jim Jones and Chrissy. She always have had a butt. So I don't know why Rashida all of a sudden now trying to say that Yandy got a BBL. I don't know. They're going back and forth online, but let's just take a look at it. And then Kurt and Mendici is going back and forth. Now, they saying that Mendici is from the streets. They said that they don't want to mess with Mendici. Because they said, y'all know how Mendici was getting down before, he went to, jail and everything like that. And it's like, Kirk, and they said Kirk probably from the street too, but he said he ain't deep in the streets like Mendici. Now, I don't know, y'all. What y'all think? What y'all think? Let me know what y'all think. So let's take a look and see what happened. Because Yandy and Mendici and Kirk and Rashida are supposed to have a sit down, guys. But I think they are acting like kids on here. So let's take a look here. You know, Medici is moving real weird. So you out here with other women, and Mama D done seen you, baby. I wanted that Mama D go over there to that table because y'all know she'll do it. Mama D would. I wanted that she go over there to that table where Medici was and say anything to him because y'all know Mama D will do it. So he out in public with his women. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, Medici. Okay. So Medici is out here in public with people. Don't care who see him. Just doing whatever he want to do. Baby. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yandy and Medici, I'm just, I don't know. If they got an open relationship, they should just say that. So if people see them out with other people, then won't nobody say nothing. Don't y'all think that would be better if they got an open relationship? That they should just come on out and say it? So now, don't y'all think this would be better? So now, Yanni is saying that Rashida smelled like an earring back. Wait a minute. Let me let y'all see this. Somebody go tell Rashida she been smelling like a earring back. She says here, you're not low, sis. We smelling it. That's what Yandy is saying. She's saying Rashida smelled like an earring back.
Okay.
She's like here flipping it over to the side like this how it's okay.
Tonight's concert, amazing. Spice did her thing, but me and my hubby are gonna exit stage left because the last thing I want to do is run into Yandy. I don't want to be around no funky breath and no funky ass cheeks slapping together, smelling like BBL smell. Tonight's
now she knows Yandy ain't had no BBL. She know that. She know Yandy ain't had no BBL. Now, tummy tuck maybe, but BBL no. Now she knows she lying about that. Now, you know, if you gonna tell it, you know, tell the truth. Now you know Yandy ain't had no BBL. That's what I'm not understanding. Why is she saying that? Why is she saying that? You know, tell the truth. Tell the truth. That's my thing. Rashida, be a woman about whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is going to come to some blows here. What do y'all think? Do y'all think it's going to come to some blows? And then I'm trying to figure out, how do Jasmine fit into this? So it looks like Bambi and Yandy and Jasmine are clicking up here, guys. Y'all let me know what y'all think. It looked like they clicking up here. Let's just take a look at this right here. So Jasmine is over here with Yandy them here.
Relationship.
Wait a minute. Well, I'm trying to figure out what is Jasmine supposed to be telling me. I'm trying to see what Jasmine is supposed to be telling me. So the word on the y'all is Jasmine and the student Kirk got something going on. Oh, okay. So now, guys, they trying to say that they in a So Yandy is asking Jasmine, are they in a poly relationship? Because y'all know the word on the curve is when she went over there to take their son Carter, this Cameron, to Jamaica, they invited her to stay there in their vacation home. So now y'all know the word been that Jasmine got a thing for Rashida. So are they all together as a couple? Rashida, Kurt, and Jasmine? Yandy's saying, don't worry about the cameras. Are you, Rashida, and Kirk, are y'all poly? So what the hell is going on here? So is Rashida saying, well, Kurt ain't gonna leave her alone, so I might as well just let her join in with us. Do y'all think that's what's going on? Do y'all think Rashida that dumb? Well, we already know she dumb, but do y'all think she that dumb? Let me know what y'all think in the chat. You said unless they're doing all of this to create a storyline, okay. You said Yandy clap back is weak. He said no, because Rashida's not going to fight, nor is Yandy. Okay, neither one of these women are leaving their husbands. But let me see. I do not think Rashida ever liked Yandy because I'm still waiting for her to say what Yandy did to her. It started when Yandy called herself calling Jasmine out, and it seemed like Rashida changed. Okay. Yeah, they've been childish for all the name calling. I don't think they're gonna I don't know. They might start throwing drinks now. They might start doing that. But my whole thing is, man, DC is out here really reckless. If he out here in restaurants and Mama Dita's seen him, who else has seen him, you know? But Rashida said that ain't nothing new. That's what Mandisi does. So he done got out here in these Atlanta streets, then you know, they got him feeling himself or something. But y'all do know that it was a woman up here on this here internet that I showed. They said they called the HIV the monster. They said she said that she got the monster over there messing around in ATL. Now I didn't know they called it the monster. You know, I don't know all the slang but all the stuff. But now I know. They called the HIV the monster. She said that she got it from, it's a black girl, nice looking black girl. But she said she got the monster for messing around over there in ATL. And she trying to spread the word that you need to be careful. When you go to Atlanta, you need to keep your legs closed. That's what she's saying. Just saying, y'all. That's what they up here saying. You need to keep your legs closed when you go up there to Atlanta. You said they're probably all cool and coming up with this mess and childish behavior to keep people watching because the show was getting boring. Okay, I can see that, Sharon. Rashida has no room to say that nothing new, right? Because we always we've been new. Kurt been cheating, but see, this is another thing. I don't know how Rashida and Kirk are friends with Bambi when she caught Kirk in the hot tub with Bambi and Kendra. So how are they all friends if Kendra and Bambi was in the hot tub with Kirk and Benzino? Just saying. Just saying. Y'all let me know if that makes sense to y'all. Y'all let me know because I don't get it. I do not think they are in a threesome. I think Yandy threw that out there because Rashida changed towards Yandy when she called Jasmine out. So Yandy is like, are all them sleeping together? Okay, I can see that, but I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with all of them because if my whole thing is that if they all are sleeping around with each other, it's dangerous out here. It's really dangerous out here. So I don't think all of them should be sleeping around with different people. I don't think so. I don't think it ain't safe, y'all. It ain't safe. Y'all, give me just a second here. My kids are acting a fool here. Give me 1 second. All right, guys, I'm back here. All right, let's see here. 30 likes, 30 in the chat. Thank you, Linda. All right, y'all still drinking in the chat tonight? Linda, what you drinking? Because I know you got some. You got some Hennessy. I still haven't got that strawberry or pineapple Hennessy yet. I'm going to try tomorrow to go get that. Yep, I'm going to try tomorrow to go get that as well. Because y'all know we do drinks in the chat on Fridays and Saturdays. All right, guys, let's move along here. We're going to move along here. So, remember I was telling y'all we got to have a little Black history in our lives. The Bronx, like I said, I think all states or cities got towns buried over the top of them. Either, there was so many Black thriving towns, and when Black people start thriving, they come up with some excuse to tear it down. The Bronx Zoo is buried over a black graveyard, y'all. So look at this picture. While everybody around here walking around at the zoo, y'all, look at this. This is so sad. Everybody walking around at the zoo. Look at our ancestors. Look at this. Look. So everybody walking around at the zoo. Look at our ancestors. Forgotten Lives, the Bronx Zoo Hidden Cemetery. So the Bronx Zoo, there's a cemetery underneath it. They didn't even move the bodies, guys. They didn't even move the bodies. So the Bronx Zoo, these are our ancestors, and everybody down here walking around in the zoo just chatting away, and just look at our ancestors. Because this is the Bronx Zoo. They never move the bodies.
Cemetery inside the Bronx Zoo. Thousands are buried there, and almost no one knows. Before the zoo was built, the land was home to the West Farm Cemetery, a burial ground dating back to the 1800s. It held the remains of enslaved Africans, poor immigrants, and some from nearby institutions. When the Bronx Zoo opened in 1899, the graves weren't moved. They were paved over. In the 1950s, when expansion began, workers uncovered bones, but instead of preserving them, many were quietly reburied in mass graves or discarded. Today, visitors walk the zoo paths, unaware they're stepping over forgotten lives. The official records? Fragmented, incomplete, and often hidden. Community groups have pushed for memorials, but the story has been largely ignored by city officials. The truth is simple. Progress in New York often meant erasure, and cemeteries like this became collateral damage. The Bronx Zoo isn't just an attraction. It's built on top of New Yorkers who were erased from history. Should the city mark and honor every burial ground it covered up? Drop your thoughts, tag a friend from the Bronx, and follow Forbidden New York. There's a cemetery inside the Bronx Zoo. Thousands are buried there, and almost no one knows. Before the zoo was built, the land was home to the West Farm Cemetery, a burial ground dating back to the 1800s. It held the remains of enslaved Africans, poor immigrants, and some from nearby institutions. When the Bronx Zoo opened in 1899, the graves weren't moved. They were paved over. In the 1950s, when expansion began, workers uncovered bones, but instead of preserving them, many were quietly reburied in mass graves or discarded. Today, visitors walk the zoo paths, unaware they're stepping over forgotten lives. The official records? Fragmented, incomplete, and often hidden. Community groups have pushed for memorials, but the story has been largely ignored by city officials. The truth is simple. Progress in New York often meant erasure, and cemeteries like this became collateral damage. The Bronx Zoo isn't just an attraction. It's built on top of New Yorkers who were erased from history. Should the city mark and honor every burial ground it covered up? Drop your thoughts, tag a friend from the Bronx, and follow Forbidden New York. There's a cemetery in...
How do y'all feel about that? About the zoo guys? That there is a cemetery under there of Black people and migrants under there. And they just put them in mass graves. Didn't give them no grave, no tombstone or anything. And they've been trying to fight to get the people named and buried properly. What do y'all think about that? That people there at the zoo walking all around and don't know that it's a grave, it's a cemetery under there. What do y'all think about that? Yes, I heard about Boss Baby new product is going to launch tomorrow. Yes, I did. I heard about that. So how do y'all feel? Would you be going to the Bronx the Bronx Zoo, knowing that you're walking in a cemetery of our ancestors? Let me know in the chat. Do you think more attention should be brought to this? That there is a graveyard underneath the Bronx Zoo? Yeah, you said that's awful. I swear I think this earth is hell. It's so evil here. Yes, but they try to erase history like the Black people are lazy. We don't want to work. We don't want to do this and that. Every time a Black town starts to thrive and they start doing better than the Caucasian people, they tear it down. It gets torn down. And when I go to look for stories from my life, a lot of them, they just break my heart that, I didn't know all of this because they didn't teach this to us in school. They didn't teach us none of this. None of it. You got to go yourself and find out about Black history because they didn't teach none of this to us. So you got to look yourself. And then also, let me go back here. Let me go back here. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second here. And then y'all know there was a book wrote about Black I'm going to share with y'all in 1 second here. Did y'all know that we had our own black bus company? We had our own black bus company. Never knew about that either. We had our own black bus company. Shar said, you said, Lisa said, it is so sad and heartbreaking. Yes, Lisa. That's why I say when I be looking for stories for my life, and some stories I be trying, some stuff be so just disgusting. I don't even bring it on my life, but it's just heartbreaking to see all the stuff our ancestors went through. There's no way I'm going to that zoo and walk over our ancestors so disrespectful. And y'all know the park up there in we talked about the park up there in New York. The park. That was a whole black town that's buried underneath there. That park. So let's talk about this black bus company. They didn't want us to ride their bus, but they don't talk about black people got together with their money and made a bus company for us. They don't say anything about that, guys. If I want to go look for black history, we never knew this. So they started their own bus company.
James, think again. This is the story of 13 men who changed the game. In 1926, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, 13 black men pooled their money not just for survival, but for power. They called it the Safe Bus Company. In a time when black folks were banned from white-owned transit, these men built their own fleet, their own schedules, their own rules. Starting with just a few buses, Safe Bus grew to carry over 2.5 million passengers a year. Black-owned, black-run, black-driven. They weren't just transporting people, they were moving a movement. By the 1940s, Safe Bus had become the largest black-owned transportation company in the world. Proof that when we unite, invest and build, we don't just survive, we dominate. To my people, I ask how many of us today are willing to do what they did. If you think history is just dates and names, think again. This is the story of 13 men who changed the game. In 1926, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, 13 black men pooled their money not just for survival, but for power. They called it the Safe Bus Company. In a time when black folks were banned from white-owned transit, these men built their own fleet, their own schedules, their own rules. Starting with just a few buses, Safe Bus grew to carry over 2.5 million passengers a year. Black-owned, black-run, black-driven. They weren't just transporting people, they were moving a movement. By the 1940s, Safe Bus had become the largest black-owned transportation company in the world. Proof that when we unite, invest and build, we don't just survive, we dominate. To my people, I ask how many of us today are willing to do what they did.
Now, how many people know we had a black-owned bus company called the Safe Bus? Let me know. How many of y'all know we had a black-owned bus company called the Safe Bus? Deidre, hey Deidre, welcome. The truth is that hell is here on earth. This is a prison, and we live under a allegedly. Okay, look, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the world right now. I did not know there was ever a black. These 13 black men pulled together, put their money together, and got their own black bus company called the Safe Bus. Yeah, if black people stand on business and not, if we all just come together, right, and we don't deter away from what our plan is, we could put, the United States out of business and a lot of other countries, because the black dollar is what make things move. Because the black dollar is we spend money. All these other races, they don't spend money like the black people do. Allegedly. I'm just gonna say that. But y'all know we spend the money. We set the trends and everything. So if we stop spending money and only spend with our people, it'll be really bad. It'll be really bad. But we got some people that won't do that. They won't do it. They always deteriorate for the plan. Also, the Yankee Stadium, guys, the forgotten neighborhood beneath the Yankee Stadium. There is a neighborhood under the Yankee Stadium. I'm starting to believe, like I just told y'all, I believe everywhere there is something built over a town of a black town that was thriving. They tried to erase history. They don't want us to know about it. Every time I look up, it's something where a black town or black neighborhood is buried underneath it. It's always something buried underneath the Yankee Stadium.
Stadium is called the house that Ruth built. But what if I told you it was really built on top of a black neighborhood and no one talks about it? Long before the Yankees moved to the Bronx in 1923, the land beneath the stadium was home to a thriving Black and Afro-Caribbean community known as Macomb's Dam Village. Families who had escaped the Jim Crow South built their lives there. Homes, churches, schools, businesses. It was a rare safe haven in a segregated New York. But when the Yankees needed a new stadium, the city declared the area blighted. In reality, it was a land grab. Hundreds of families were displaced. Many were never compensated. The homes were bulldozed. And by the time the cheering crowds filled the stands, their stories were buried, literally, under the foundation. Today, fans have no idea they're sitting above a neighborhood that once stood for Black resilience and survival. There's no plaque, no sign, no mention in the stadium's $2 billion redesign. Why does Yankee Stadium celebrate baseball history, but not the people it erased to exist? Comment if you think the Yankees and the city should acknowledge what was buried, and follow Forbidden New York to help uncover more truths this city tried to forget. Yankee Stadium is called the house that Ruth built. But what if I told you it was really built on top of a black neighborhood, and no one talks about it? Long before the Yankees moved to the Bronx in 1923, the land beneath the stadium was home to a thriving Black and Afro-Caribbean community known as Macomb's Dam Village. Families who had escaped the Jim Crow South built their lives there. Homes, churches, schools, businesses. It was a rare safe haven in a segregated New York. But when the Yankees needed a new stadium, the city declared the area blighted. In reality, it was a land grab. Hundreds of families were displaced. Many were never compensated. The homes were bulldozed. And by the time the cheering crowds filled the stands, their stories were buried, literally, under the foundation. Today, Fans have no idea they're sitting above a neighborhood that once stood for Black resilience and survival. There's no plaque, no sign, no mention in the stadium's $2 billion redesign. Why does Yankee Stadium celebrate baseball history, but not the people it erased to exist? Comment if you think the Yankees and the city should acknowledge what was buried, and follow Forbidden New York to help uncover more truths this city tried to forget. Yankee Stadium.
So, are y'all convinced that all these towns or states got black people, got black neighborhoods built underneath them? You said I did. We have a whole black Wall Street. We have hospitals, fire departments, and all. This is so sad. Like Lake Lanier, there's an entire black town under that water with trees and buildings still standing under the water. Hey, proud me, my tea sipper. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, Central Park. That's what I was going to say. Central Park is built over a whole black neighborhood. Oh, hey, Deidre. Hey, Deidre. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. If you're just coming in, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, please, and thank you. And make sure you guys are watching the commercials as well. Thank you. Now, y'all know with Lake Lanier, why are they baptizing people in there? Now, when somebody come up out that damn water and take their ass down, then they're going to keep their ass up out of there. They are now going and baptizing people in the water. Yep, they're baptizing people in the water now. So people are getting baptized in Lake Lanier. Where is it at? Oh, give me just a second. People are getting baptized in Lake Lanier. Now, y'all heard about people that's been drowned there? People that's been drowned in Lake Lanier. But y'all still want to keep going out there, testing the waters, messing with stuff. And then when y'all get pulled under there, then I guess you'll stop going there. But y'all want, people to think there's nothing going on. But when you get taken under there by our ancestors, and then I guess you'll stay from over there. That's what I'm thinking. Once you get taken underneath there, then I guess you'll stay from over there. Yeah, they're going to go. They are over there baptizing people in the water. Give me just a second. I wasn't looking for that one clip I had. Yeah, they baptizing people in the water. Here we go. Now, this one right here, there was another one. It's two different ones. So I guess because the black people started getting baptized in the water, then the white people, the Caucasian people start trying to get baptized in the water. So this is what they're doing. So now the black churches are going out there too. But I think the Caucasian people see the black people going out there. So several black Georgia residents are getting baptized in Lake Lanier as a way to reclaim ancestral power and honor Southern tradition. So now they are going out there getting baptized. Now, before, I did have the one where there were Caucasian people going out there and getting baptized. So maybe I don't think they will mess with the black people, but the Caucasian people, they might start taking them down. But Black people are going out there as well. The Black people are going out there too. Now, I don't think nothing gonna happen to them, but I don't know. Maybe the other race, I don't know. They going out there too. So they might get taken down. Just saying. They might get taken down. Let me see if I still got it. They might get taken down. Let me see. Because a lot of people that go in that water and be out there selling and things like that, they usually don't come back. Allegedly. I was gonna say allegedly, but they usually don't come back. One second here. I was looking for. One second here. I'm trying to see if I can find the one with the white people that are down there. The white people who are down there getting baptized. I think, let me see. I think they do. I'm trying to figure out what I did with there is white, there is I don't want to say white, I'm trying to say Caucasian. Caucasian. There is one here with the Caucasians. One second. Just trying to see this other one here. I don't see. It's one with Lake Lanier. There are Caucasian people getting baptized. They getting baptized in the water. And people are saying it wasn't a good idea for them to be out there in the water, but they wanted to go out there anyway and get in the water. And then as soon as they get pulled down there, then it's going to be something else. But let them go on out there. Let them keep going out there. And we're going to see what happened to them. Now, this young lady here, let me show y'all this. Let me show y'all this right here. Black people always do good things, but they never get recognized for it. This young lady right here, 12-year-old receives $11.5 million in funding for cardboard air filter invention that kills 99% of airborne viruses. So this fifth grader, she led the efforts to create an air filter system that's able to remove cold and COVID viruses for classrooms. And this little girl ain't number 12 years old. So what do y'all think about that? About this little baby here that made a thing that's able to remove 99% of airborne viruses for a cardboard air filter. Let me know what y'all think about that. and she got the funding. Do you think they're gonna try to buy her out and take her invention and not give her recognition for it? Let me know what y'all think. And guys, it's been saying that over 300,000 of Black women have been removed from the workforce since Trump took office. Do y'all believe this? Let me know if y'all believe this about the workforce. Black women are getting laid off. A lot of Black women are getting laid off. Have been removed from the workforce since Trump took office. So, they're trying to say DEI. So I guess they're trying to say that the Black women, they get laid off because they got hired because of DEI. So now a lot of the Black women are getting laid off. Let me know what y'all think about this. And also, I do want to go over one more thing that they're trying to do, guys. One more thing that they're trying to do. Oh. Now I know I'm not racist or anything, but I did not know somebody wrote a book. They wrote a book here. This is the name of the book. Black author writes best-selling children's book for Black boys about the dangers of trusting snow bunnies. Hashtag Black Boy Joy. Stay away from sneaky snow bunnies. Did y'all know this? I don't know if you can read. So this is the name of the book here. Stay away from sneaky snow bunnies. So this book is for Black boys about the dangers of trusting snow bunnies. Black author writes the best-selling children's book. I'm gonna look this up on Amazon. It says available on Amazon. Would that be something that y'all will look into? I'm gonna look it up on Amazon. I'm gonna look this up on Amazon. Let me know. Did y'all know there was a book out there? Yep. 300,000 Black women have lost their jobs, guys. Yep. And then right here, Trump wants Lisa Cook, the first Black woman Federal Reserve governor, to resign. Why? Why do you want her to resign? Because she's Black? So he says here, Trump on Friday said he would fire Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook if she doesn't resign, intensifying his efforts to gain influence over the U.S. Central Bank. I'll fire her if she doesn't resign, Trump told reporters during a visit to the White House Museum, focusing on the White House. This makes no sense. Why do you want to fire her? She's the first Black woman on the Federal Reserve governor. She's the first Black woman. So because she's Black, you want her to resign? Or he said he's going to fire her? What do y'all think about this, that he's going to fire her? Let's see. Let's see here. Shower and they. Yes, I just hope nobody steals her idea. Ginger said, I like my man and Aiden's tall, so that's right up my alley. You said they got superpowers? You said that's the first thing you gonna ask for superpower? Yeah, to take our ass off this damn earth? Yeah. Y'all, it's so much stuff that's going on. It's a lot that's going on out here in the world. And like I said, these people voted this evil into office. And I know why they voted them into office, allegedly for entertainment purposes, because they thought it was going to hurt the black and brown people. That's what they thought it was going to do, but it backfired on them. And they see all the stuff that they keep doing is not bothering us at all. All the stuff they keep doing, it ain't bothering us. So they can just keep on trucking and doing what they're doing. So anything they try to do, we just gonna keep on moving and do, and do what we got to do. But this man is taking this country into just into debt. I think they said today the amount of money we owe is $37 trillion. The first time in history that has ever hit our debt. $37 trillion. But I bet you if that was Obama who did that, Fox 6 News and all the reporters, they'll be out here talking about it. This man had got us in debt for $37 trillion. First time in history. So we just got to be on our P's and Q's, guys. Make sure we got survivor kits, because some people say they think something is coming, something's going to happen. I don't want to alarm anybody. But, just be on our P's and Q's and make sure we have protection, if you know what I mean. Make sure you got some protection. Because I have never seen the world in the shape it's in now. Go into the grocery store and see how much groceries are. And they cutting people that get food stamps. They cutting their stamps down. They can't buy junk food and stuff no more. These people are going to start robbing people, breaking into houses and things like that, because it's going to get rough out here, because they no longer can't get stamps if they don't work. So if they don't work, they don't eat. So they're going to start stealing. So that's going to be the next thing, guys. Breaking into people's houses and cars and things like that, because people ain't going to starve. They ain't going to starve. So just make sure when we out here, guys, that we, watching our surroundings. We keep our eyes and ears open, because it's going to get worse than it is now. The tariffs are just hitting right now. They just hit it, but it's going to get worse as the tariffs start to come in. So it's going to get worse. Yes, I heard about them building that all-white town in Arkansas, and they said it's falling apart. They built that town thinking that the black people was going to get mad. The black people say, great, go ahead. They glad they're up there. But I think it's some type of cult, allegedly, because the people up there look like Laura on the Little Farm, Little House on the Prairie. They got a Little House on the Prairie clothes and hats on their head. So the women up there and the kids, they don't work, but the men work. So they tend to the kids and the house chores and things like that. And the men are building the houses and working. And so they want to keep, the Caucasian alive. So I guess the girls can start having babies as young as 13. That's, because they don't want their species to die out. So they're going to keep on, making sure their women keep having babies. So they don't work, but the women they're going to keep having babies because they don't want the whites to die out. Because that's what it's all about. They think that the blacks and the brown people are trying to, how can I put it? They're trying to take over because they did a study. White people are not having babies as fast as the black and brown communities are. You know, so they don't like that. That's why they got rid of the AB and stuff. So the white people can't get ABs and stuff because they have stopped having, babies. They probably have 1 and 2 versus the black and brown people who got like 4 and 5, 6 and 7. Some women, one woman was on the internet said she got 12 kids and she a single parent. So they're still having kids, and the white people are not having kids like that. Let me see here. You said plus people are in general are losing their jobs, cutting people's social security checks. Yes, they are. You said, yes, girl. You said, yeah, here in Arkansas, the state is trying to shut it down. They trying to shut it down? You heard they was asking for our help. Is that true? Our help to do what? You said somebody was going to F it up eventually because they love effing each other cousins. They sure do. They sure do. Now that's one thing they do. But it's really bad, y'all. But the thing is, if we try to do that, start building, back our own black towns and stuff, what do y'all think gonna happen? They gonna think of something and try to do something to tear it down and burn it down like they do all the other towns that the black people do. Just say a black person starts to, say they want to build their own town for black people. They're gonna think of something to come and burn it down. Something to come burn it down. Because they don't want us to do it. But they thought by them getting a town for only whites that the black people were going to get mad. The black people ain't mad. The black people said, okay, great. And other races are like, why aren't the black people saying anything? Why aren't the black people getting mad? Because we don't care, sir. Y'all said y'all was going to segregate the schools, segregate the restaurants, segregate the bathrooms. Good, do it. We don't care. So they're mad. They trying to figure out why we don't care about certain stuff, why we're not out here marching, what's going on. We just don't care. That's plain and simple. We just don't care. I guess we done got tired of marching and preaching to the choir, nobody listening. So we just gonna sit back and let them handle everything and see how it goes. Because our race is always the ones that get out here marching, fighting for rights and things like that. And when we do that, like we did with the civil rights, other nationalities take credit for it. And then they treat us like crap. So this time, we're not going to do that no more. Y'all want y'all rights and everything. Y'all get out there and fight for them this time. We're going to stay on the sideline. We're going to set this one out. And then you can hear people on YouTube, like different nationalities, like, ain't nothing going to happen unless the black people are staying with you. Why the black people got to stand with y'all for something to shake? Won't y'all make something shake for yourself? Just saying. We don't have to be with y'all all the time. Trump is going to start offering white women money to have babies to grow the white population. He plans on bringing it to the Senate, and they're going to sign it. Oh, yeah. But they won't sign for no reparations for us. They won't do that. They won't sign for no reparations, but anything else he asks to do, he'll go ahead on and do it. It makes no sense. But they know something. They know something. They know something. Y'all, I wanted to show y'all this. I did not know Coco Chanel was this lady right here, y'all. I did not know it. You know, everybody be buying Chanel purses and things like this. This is her right here. This is Coco Chanel.
Coco Chanel, founder of Chanel, was abandoned at 12 and raised in an orphanage. No money, no connections, just a dream to revolutionize fashion. They told her a poor girl could never make it. She proved them all wrong. At 12 years old, Coco Chanel's world fell apart. Her mother died, and instead of caring for his children, her father walked away. She was sent to a convent orphanage where life was cold, strict, and lonely. The nuns taught her how to sew, but Chanel wanted more than a life of quiet obedience. She dreamed of freedom, of escaping the limits placed on women like her. At 18, she left with nothing but her sewing skills and raw determination. She worked as a seamstress by day and sang in smoky cafes at night, earning just enough to survive. That's where she became Coco. She started designing hats, simple, elegant, different. But no one believed a poor orphan girl could be a designer. She had no connections, no wealthy family name, just her vision. So she took a risk. She started her own shop. The early days were brutal. No investors, no luxury materials, just her working endlessly, hand-stitching each piece. People laughed at her designs. Where were the corsets, the lace? But women loved her bold, effortless style. One by one, they started buying. Word spread. Then came Chanel No. 5, a fragrance unlike anything before. It became a global sensation, and Chanel became a name the world would never forget. From an abandoned orphan with nothing to a fashion empire that still dominates today. Coco Chanel wasn't born into success. She created it. She refused to let her past define her. Where you start doesn't matter. It's what you do next that counts. Coco Chanel, founder of Chanel, was abandoned at 12.
Yo, what I'm finding out is a lot of these designers, they were abandoned, they were in orphan homes, and they made something out of nothing. Something out of nothing. The same thing with LV, Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton, he was the same way, guys. He was an orphan as well. And then everybody is buying his products, you know, everybody loved their products, you know, they got probably Coco Chanel probably had kids and things like that. Then they passed it down and, you know, for, you know, generational wealth. So, and people to this day still buy that. I buy Coco Mademoiselle perfume. I still like that perfume. I have the Chanel No. 5 in a black bottle. I have that as well. So these are people who started from nothing. They had nothing. And people still to this day buy the stuff. So they've been around a long, long time. A long time. A long time. I had also did a found an article about him, how he was a runaway and made it on his own. He made it on his own, and to this day we still wear their fashions and things like that. Now I ain't gonna say I got a lot of LV, but I got one or two purses. I will say that. Now, y'all, now this is sick. How would a man, I want to talk to y'all about this. How is a man, this man here, he was born a woman, but he had a sex, he was transitioned over to a woman, but he got pregnant. I just think this is disgusting, y'all. This is just disgusting. Yes. Yes, they do, Deidre. The Hispanics, they act like they are better than the blacks. They sure do. They sure do. You said AKA the Mexicans. They have attitudes. They don't they don't fool with us. But when we got the civil rights going, they got the rights too. All the other ones, the Mexicans, the Asians, the Cubans, when we did the civil rights, they got rights because of us. Then they get over here and act like they can't stand us, they don't like us, allegedly. And then we get the brunt end of everything. So that's why the black people said they're gonna set this out. Let them figure out what to do. Look at this man, y'all. Look at this. Look at this.
It's Mason. I'm the father of 2 and pregnant with my 3rd. I was assigned female at birth.
For a lot of y'all that don't know what transgender is, trans man, female, transition to male. Okay.
Before I started transitioning, I just felt a little bit out of place. I never really felt comfortable dressing in girl clothes. Once I got of age to learn what transitioning was, I told my sister, I'm a transition, my name will be Mason. I was 17 when I started transitioning.
How was your pregnancy going?
It's a little bit overwhelming at this part because I'm pretty big, body going through a lot of changes that I don't wish to go through.
Carrying a baby can be amazing, beautiful, but it can also be a lot when you're trans.
I've been on hormones for a long time, so I have to stop. I'm 7 months now. Almost there. Almost to the finish. My name is Mason. I'm the father of 2 and pregnant with my 3rd. I was assigned female at birth.
For a lot of y'all that don't know what transgender is, trans man, female, transition.
So y'all, how is this man trans but having a baby? How does this work? How does this work? You said you transferred over to a man, but you got impregnated. He had 2 babies and pregnant with his 3rd. What do you want? I'm out. I don't know. I'm not gonna say nothing. You said I was in the grocery store today, and one of them had 12 cases of Modelo beer and a cart full of food. The lady had food stamps, and husband had cash. Wow. Well, they ain't gonna be having that for long because y'all know with the food stamps you can't get any type of junk or anything like that. 12 cases of beer. Hello, Miss Z. Welcome. He may be a what's that? I cannot say that we're born as both male and female, but he said he wants to be a man. So why is he getting impregnated? I'm just asking. I don't have no problem with nobody whatever they want to be, I have no problem with people that are gay or trans or bisexual, whatever you prefer, But I'm just saying, if you want to if he transferred over to be a man, but he was born a woman, he said, but somebody impregnated him, so he want to be a man but have kids. I'm confused. Okay, Ms. Z. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, all right. If that's what hey, whatever floats your boat, whatever floats the boat. But it looks weird that he looks like a man, but he said he was a woman, but then he's transferring over. He said he's been transitioning ever since he was 17, but you have to. But then he has to be having sex with a man to get pregnant. But I don't know. Okay, but I'm just gonna leave it alone. But yes, y'all. Whatever they want to do, help yourself. Help yourself. Help yourself. Help yourself. If that's what you want to do with your body, help yourself. If that's what you want to do with it. Oh, this is what I wanted to talk to y'all about. I kept on going over this. Do y'all know that there's a lot of Black women that are missing, guys? I don't know if they've been sex trafficking, but I don't know why the news ain't talking about this. Why the news are not talking about this. All these Black women that are missing. There's a lot of them. And the news ain't talking about these Black women. He said, I do. They need to pick a side. Yeah, they do. Because, I don't want to get the pronouns mixed up. Y'all, there are a lot of Black women missing. Listen to this.
Orlando, Florida, found nearly naked and hanging from a tree, ruled a suicide. Denoris Richardson, Colbert County, Alabama, found hanging from a tree, ruled a suicide. Lennon Lacey, Bladenboro, North Carolina, found hanging from a tree, ruled a suicide. Robert Fuller and Malcolm Harsh, both found dead in the state of California, hanging from trees, and ruled a suicide. And now most recently, Earl Smith, Albany, New York, found hanging from a tree and ruled a suicide. Those 6 names that I just listed make up only a very small fraction of the amount of Black men, women, and children that have gone missing over the decade since the 50s. Out of all the methods of suicide, with the most common being a self-inflicting gun wound, you're telling me that it's only ever Black people that decide to take their own life using rope outside. I will never believe that. The victims' families will never believe that. The Black community will never believe that. And as the police continue to play in our face for years to come, as the most ignorant of people will continue to call us victims and say we're playing victim, I hope that this message gets out to the right people to recognize that this shit is real. Modern day lynchings are very real, and they have no problem continuing to rule it a suicide when these literal people, these human beings, are being found hanging 10 feet off the fucking ground with zero news coverage. And let me be clear before I make the following statement. I do not wish this on anybody. That being said, let it be one white man or one white woman found hanging from a tree. That amount of attention and news coverage would surpass Gabby Petito. For this upcoming 4th of July weekend, people, everyone, please be safe. Keep in contact with your family members, your friends, your circles. Keep them updated with what you do throughout the weekend, because you never know what you might end up in. Frankly, again, you don't know what people are capable of. Be safe. Have a good weekend. Please do not scroll, as I'm about to share with you a very disgusting pattern. Jonah Lubrin, Orlando, Florida, found nearly naked and hanging from a tree, ruled a suicide. Denoris Richardson, Colbert County, Alabama, found hanging from a tree, ruled a suicide. Lennon Lacey, Bladenboro, North Carolina, found hanging from a tree, ruled a suicide. Robert Fuller and Malcolm Harsh, both both found dead in the state of California, hanging from trees and ruled a suicide. And now most recently, Earl Smith, Albany, New York, found hanging from a tree and ruled a suicide. Those 6 names that I just listed make up only a very...
Now, what do y'all think happened to these people? You said lynching? Yeah, I don't think none of these people took their own life. No. And 10 feet off the ground? No. Mm-mm. That's why I tell people you got to watch your surroundings and know what's going on. Watch your surroundings at all times. Because the world we live in right now with these MAGA people, the cult people, allegedly, you don't know what they'll do. You don't know what they'll do, guys. All right, guys. Let me know how y'all are liking the Black history things that I'm incorporating into our lives. And let me know what y'all think about the things we were talking about today. We talked about Kelly. We talked about Yandy and Rashida. Also about Melanie's TikTok live tomorrow. So let me know what y'all think about that. After we get off the live, if y'all want to leave a comment, y'all can. But let me know what y'all think. Also, what do y'all think about the book that's on Amazon, The Sneaky Snow Bunny? It's a book, they said, is designed to help Black men know about Caucasian women. Let me know if y'all going to check that book out on Amazon. Let me know. And then let me know how y'all like the Black history that I incorporated into our lives. Let me know if y'all like it or if you don't like it. I want to know one way or the other. So let me know about that. And also let me know what y'all think about these hanging of these Black people. Do y'all think they're unaliving themselves? Let me know what y'all think in the chat as well. Y'all let me know. I'm sorry, but if they try that stuff like back in the day, driving around with the KKK hoods in the Black community now, these young people will go crazy on them. These people. Oh, they tried it. Well, they did. They tried to go in some Black neighborhoods in the ghetto, and they left out in body bags. The same way they came there, they didn't leave back out. They left out in body bags. Them YNs lit their ass up. And they were trying to go with different neighborhoods, like in Ohio and stuff like that. They had there was some type of white nationalists. They went in Ohio over there, went to the wrong neighborhood, and that neighborhood, they said the police even scared to go over there. And they came over there and trucks and stuff, and in a U-Haul truck, right? Why them damn Black people start coming out their fucking house with all type of 9mm. Sawed off pow-pows. They had everything. Machine pow-pows. They weren't playing with them. When they see them Black people coming out with all them weapons, they start running. And the police was like, just let them get in their car. Let them get back in the truck. They said you better get their asses up out of here. It was even women out there with pow-pows and sawed off. And then the people, the white people that came over in their trucks, them Black people tore their cars up, bust their windows out, slashed their tires, and the other ones jumped in that U-Haul truck, and the police had to escort them up out of there. Not today. They've been trying it. They don't come back no more. Then they went in another Ohio town and tried to do the same thing again. And the Black people, they got together, Black men, they said, where y'all at now? The news people was out there and they said, come on back. They told them to come on back. And they ain't come back no more either. So once they see that we not scared of them and we ain't playing with them, now we done told y'all, we gonna set this out. We mind our own business. But if you come over here messing with us, you're gonna walk over, but you're gonna lip back if you get back. Y'all might be leaving in body bags. So they've been trying it. Yes, Deidre, that's Deborah. I've been seeing that black truck drivers are coming up missing as well. Yes. But what the thing is, there is a lot of sundown towns that the truckers are driving through, and they don't know their sundown town, and they, probably pull over and try to get gas or anything, and they don't know. What I'm trying to do is get together all of the sundown towns, or what have you, because Peru, Illinois, because my son lived on the outskirts of Illinois, and I was telling him about that. And he was like, "Oh no, I don't go there." He said, "I don't." He said, you don't go there." But I'm trying to get a list of all the sundown towns, so we can put it out, so maybe truckers can get them and things like that, and know not to go through these towns, or either take a different way. So that's something I'm trying to get to working on, trying to get together the sundown towns. But a lot of towns try to keep it hidden. Trying to say they're not sundown towns, but they're not. But they still are. But in Wisconsin, I want to say we probably got a couple that you don't want to be messing around with. But I'm gonna get them together, and then what I'm gonna do is, like, if y'all come across some sundown towns, y'all can send them to my DM and let me know if y'all come across them, and I'm gonna try to put something together for the sun, so everybody is aware of the sundown towns, especially the truck drivers. But I know they said there's some in Texas. I know there's some in Illinois, some in Wisconsin. Let me know where y'all from if y'all know of any sundown towns as well. Mississippi, yes. Mississippi, oh yeah. Oh yeah, Mississippi, yes. Yeah, so I think Memphis, they got sundown towns. Alabama, they have them. Arkansas have them. Texas have them. I'm sure St. Louis have some. All these towns. North Carolina, South Carolina, they have sundown towns. Yeah, sure. All right, y'all. We've been on here for almost 2 hours and 30 minutes. You guys, thank you guys so much for coming over and supporting the channel. And like I said, if y'all get off the live and think of anything else that y'all would like to see in the live, or y'all want to drop a comment about something we was talking about, please leave it. Please leave me a comment. I check all comments. So please leave me a comment and let me know. All right, guys, please make sure that you're giving the live a thumbs up, and please make sure that you are sharing the live so we can grow over here. All right, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, and please make sure that you're watching your surroundings and stay safe. I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Good night.